Ricky, my name is Dave Block. Thank you for inviting me to your home. It's such a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hi, my name is Dave Block, also known as Dave the Gratitude Guy. I am truly honored and grateful to be able to introduce a gentleman who played in the NFL with the San Francisco 49ers, the Philadelphia Eagles, and Seattle Seahawks. Won a Super Bowl with the San Francisco 49ers.
Yes.
Against my Chargers, unfortunately.
Sorry about that.
That's the way it goes sometimes. Played at the University of Notre Dame. Motivational speaker for kids, a recording artist, music producer, and author, the great Ricky Watters. Ricky, thank you so much for being here today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
It's just a blessing, really, to be here with you and to share the importance of having gratitude in your life.
Yes.
And what I'd like to do is ask you a few questions to see if we can explore that in more detail. How has living a life of gratitude changed your life?
It has changed my life tremendously. When I was playing football, everything was kind of about scoring touchdowns and making yardage and you know, putting yourself out there so that people can see how great I am and how, you know, all this great ability that I had. And I had a situation in my life that changed all that. That was when I was playing for Seattle, and it was 2 years before I retired. We had our first child. His name was Tigero, and we had him, but 17 days later, he passed away. And that changed my life, because that was a situation in which I was going back and forth from practice to the hospital, games to the hospital. I mean, it was a situation where I started to realize that it didn't matter how much money I had, it didn't matter how fast I was, you know, how many yards I had, how many touchdowns I had. I couldn't change what was happening with our little Tigero. And going through that, it really changed how I saw things. Mm-hmm. And that was the beginning of my transition from kind of being more about me and,
right.
and
exactly.
the things that I want to attain,
mm-hmm.
to more about there's other people in the world, there are other things that matter, and one of them was Tigero.
Yeah, thank you. That's really, thank you for sharing that. I actually had a brother very close to me that also passed away. I was very close to him, and he's been an inspiration to me, you know, in what I do and how my passion as well. So I truly do believe, you know, understand what you're going through. So thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that. Who are the people you are most thankful for?
There are so many, but I would say the most is my intermediate family. That is my wife, Katharina, my son, Ricky, and my other son, Shane. Shane's 2, Ricky's 9.
Ricky Jr., is he going to play some football?
Nah, I don't think so. At least I'm hoping not. I don't want him getting all banged up like me.
Okay.
But he's very talented. He's talented in whatever he wants to do. I know he'll do a good job.
Great, great.
So I thank all my teachers. I thank my coaches. And I also thank people who had no reason to help me. There were so many people who helped me who had no reason. I remember when I came to the 49ers. Roger Craig was the running back before I was. And he went to the Raiders with Plan B. So he had no reason to help me, but he was still in the area. Mm-hmm. And he helped me, him and Ronnie Lott, both of them were playing for the Raiders. And those guys helped me tremendously in how to be in professionalism, first of all, mm-hmm. how to be a professional athlete, but then also how to get in shape, you know, how to carry myself, everything. And I really appreciate that. I want to tell you that, Raj. I really appreciate you doing that, because I know, you know, it must have been tough for him, because to see another young guy come along and doing well. And that's why I always felt it important to help the younger guys. When I became the veteran and the younger guys were coming in, I did the same thing with players as well. So I really appreciate that too. And I had mentors that have come in and out of my life that have just like I said, give me that little nudge and that little bit that I needed to push me over the hump. And there were many times, and that's what I want kids to understand too. I want a lot of kids to understand that there were times I wanted to quit. There were times that I didn't want to go on, and I was right there. And I just got that nudge from the right person at the right time to keep on going. And I think that everyone needs that sometimes
Absolutely.
in their life.
Absolutely.
So I am really grateful for that.
What abilities do you have that you're grateful for?
Obviously, I'm very thankful to be such an athlete, you know, and to be able to get to the highest level athletically like I did, and to play in all the great games, and to play with all the great athletes that I played with and coaches as well. But even more than that, I would say my ability for poetry. And it wasn't something that I always loved, that I had this ability, because I kind of got ragged on. You know, it's not cool. At the time, it wasn't cool to be a football player and writing poetry. It's like, okay, those don't go together. But it's definitely a great outlet for me. It has now transitioned into the music side of me. I now can write, you know, rhymes and lyrics, and I come up with songs and storylines and all kind of stuff that it all stemmed from being a poet and being being so artistic. And now I've even been able to transition that into mentoring kids through the music. So it has turned into a great thing.
So your poetry has catapulted you into a new career, into a new transition. Wonderful.
Definitely.
Hey, maybe you can teach me a little poetry. Maybe it'll work on me too.
Yes, definitely. I think there's a little poet in everybody.
I think so, too.
There's an artistic side to everyone.
I believe that. Absolutely.